with the Gateway Arch welcoming us in the background to look at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. We've got baseball on the 4th of July between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Lance Lynn will be towing the rubber for the Cardinals. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, he's having a real consistent year. He's got an ERA under 3. Anytime you're doing something like that, you're doing just fine.
Emilio Bonifacio makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Pittsburgh, second baseman, number 64.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. Eric Karros, we take a look at this Cardinal ball club as they enter play this afternoon. They've run their win streak up to 6 in a row now, and they're really playing some inspired baseball.
And as usual, it all starts with the pitching. I mean, don't get me wrong, the offense, it's done its part too, but you don't run into a lot of 6-game win streaks where you're just outscoring teams. They've gotten some real quality starts over this stretch.
Lynn steps into his windup. 1-1 on its way. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
And these long at-bats give you a good sense of what a guy's featuring here in the first inning.
Really good at-bat here from the leadoff hitter as he'll force him to throw another one. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. EK, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, I'm going to be paying close attention to Starling Marte. He comes into the game sporting a slugging percentage over 600, so expect to see some very hard contact out of him in this one. You don't see guys with numbers like that every day.
Gregory Polanco readies for his first appearance in this one, and he's a guy who's been terrific over the last couple of series, really swinging it well. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Woody Keller.
Well, Matt, Woody calls a good game more often than not. Although he has been known to get a little flack from time to time about his consistency, especially on the corners of the strike zone. We'll see if that comes into play.
Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now. You get that feeling that'll be a pitch we see a lot of as this game goes along.
And when he's throwing that thing good, a lot of times that's where it winds up. So these guys are going to have to prove they can lay off that thing in the dirt or they're going to keep seeing it.
Peralta is there for it. And that's the second out of the inning. And with that, a look at the defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, we get to watch one of the best fielding teams in the league. They can go out and get the ball as well as anybody in all of baseball. Makes pitching a lot easier.
Andrew McCutchen will get his first opportunity now. 14 home runs to his credit so far this year. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
A lot of late movement on that fastball. That nearly came back to the outer edge.
Just getting started here in St. Louis. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
2 times here they've gone away, both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. All coming on quickly here as he makes the diving catch. And it's a sparkler to take away a hit as that ends the inning. Who says first base is where they hide the guys that can't play the field? It's on to the bottom of the first. No score on the show. Juan Nicasio, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, Matty, when he seems to get in trouble, that's when he bears down. He's actually got a lower batting average against with runners in scoring position. That tells you a lot about what type of competitor he is.
Number 36 comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The shortstop, number 36.
Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike one. Eric, we take a look at the Pirates as they take the field here this afternoon. Well, they've been on a pretty good roll of late. Winners of 7 of their last 8 ball games.
And it's been a great start to this road trip so far. They won 4 of the first 5 games. Normally, even if you just play 500 ball on the road, you'll do fine. So they're exceeding that number and then some.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Right side, hit hard. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Well, things are looking up for these guys to start the ball game. They get a 1-2-3 top half. Then now, leadoff single here in the home half. Off to a great start.
Number 41 will come forward now. Back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Nobody out, runner on first. That evens it up 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Just overmatched him there.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. What do you think they need to do to keep this winning streak rolling, Steve?
Well, you know, they rely so heavily on stringing hits together. They haven't had a lot of extra base hit power. They need more of that if they're going to be successful on a daily basis.
Matt Carpenter will stand in, and as you can see, his home and road splits there. He's been a much better hitter away from home. Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball 1. Changeup stays outside, and he's behind 2-0. Here he comes on 2-0. Swung on, missed. 2-1. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Over at the knees, and that's the second strike. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. With a moment now, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch Starling Marte out there in left field in this one. He won the 2015 Gold Glove Award. Very athletic. You couple him with some of the other outfielders in this ball game, man, oh man, does not look like there are going to be any hits out there.
Stephen Piscotty will get his first shot now. He, too, had 3 knocks in yesterday's win.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
A runner on first with 2 away. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Cards leave 1 after 1, no score. Starling Marte will dig in now. He's got that average up over 330 to begin the ball game.
And how about that? He's got the second best batting average on this ball club, so he's having a really nice year for them so far.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
Now a ball hit sharply toward third. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Well, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight games with that base hit now.
Joe Mauer will stand in now as the National League's leading hitter entering play.
Oh, man, did he absolutely crush the ball last month. He hit over 400. One of the most dangerous hitters in baseball right now.
Lynn comes set. Here's the first pitch. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball, 1-0. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Hit hard back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Good start to the inning here as back-to-back singles have him in a good position to push across that first run of the afternoon.
Coming to the plate now, Jung Ho Gong. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. But one or the other is what you really need.
Skied into straightaway right. Moving under it, Piscotty. He's got it 1 away.
And, you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
David Freese will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
Well, guys, one good game does not a season make. He's been hitting under 250 over his last 10 games, so hopefully he's figured something out.
Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
One ball, no strike.
No. 1-0 pitch is a curveball. That looked good from here, but it's 2-0.
Boy, he better get it back together here with two guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Three and 0 now. The alarm bells are ringing now.
They're getting louder and louder, too.
No score here as we play inning number 2. And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
Well, we knew he had to work carefully with the runner in scoring position, but I don't think a walk was what he had in mind. That's going to make things just a little trickier now with the bases loaded.
Francisco Cervelli will stand in as one of the stars from yesterday's ball game as he had 3 hits in the victory. And obviously looking for the ground ball here as this misses low. It's 1-0. It's going to take a lot of guile to work out of this one.
Well, he's got plenty in reserve. This would need to be a magic act, no doubt.
The 1-0 delivery. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Pham moves over. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
And at the very least, that's what he's up there hoping to do, and that's hit the ball in the air somewhere. So nice job to pick up that runner from third. Although the other 2 runners have to stay put now with 2 away.
Juan Nicasio gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. Looking to minimize the damage here. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
And here's a ball hit in the air. And he can't track it down. A base hit. The throw home. Now the tag by Molina, but it comes too late. He's in there to score.
Now batting.
So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. Emilio Bonifacio steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far.
Well, this could be a huge inning or maybe the end of the inning. This is a pivotal at-bat in one of the turning points of this ballgame right here.
First pitch of the at-bat. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. Throw on to first, and they're able to escape the monster inning as the side is retired. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Matt Adams will stride in now. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's ball game.
Boy, you look for a guy to produce? He's got 9 RBIs in his last 10 games, and he had another good one yesterday as well.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
You know, now that we've made it to just about the midway point of the season, this is where you start to see a little bit of separation between the haves and the have-nots. And I think we can pretty safely say that these guys are in it for the long haul.
Johnny Peralta will stand in, and he's been a tough out these past couple of weeks as you see the average there over the course of the last 9 ball games. Here comes the first pitch. Starts him out with a slider for a strike.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
Grounded down the third baseline. Backhanded. Throw just in time as they get him by an eyelash.
That's not an easy play down there at third base. You see him have to go to the backhand side there, looks it into his glove, and then makes that strong throw all the way across the diamond for the out.
Standing in now, Tommy Pham. Tried to check his swing there as this is hit to the left side. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Good changeup there as he takes command, 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. Aerial view there of St. Louis from high above the Mississippi River as we welcome you back to baseball on the show. Gregory Polanco is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And the lead for the Pirates is now 3-0.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so he's riding a pretty good hot streak these past couple of days.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And these guys already have one home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here, so you need to be careful.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Pham sprinting after it. One down.
Now batting, left fielder, Starling Marte.
Starling Marte digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Already 40 pitches now here in the first few innings.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, he's going to have to start pitching to contact a little bit more, or else he may not make it 5 innings.
Lynn's ready. 0-1 on its way. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret you got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine, but you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Well, he's made 5 or 6 quality pitches in this inning, but he just made the one bad one. And you can bet that's the one he's going to remember when he gets back to the dugout. Good job here, though, because he bounced back to retire the next 2 guys that he faced.
So here's Joe Mauer. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, and even though that's a tough one to get on top of, I think he'd say he got away with one right there. That's in too good a location when the matchup's not in your favor.
Now a sharply hit ball back up the middle. And that's in for his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
And now you just start to wonder, how much is the heat taken out of this guy? You see the pitch count. It's not all that bad just yet, but he's been in and out of trouble a few times already. So he's definitely had some max effort innings.
Into the box now, Jung Ho Gong. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
The 1-0 delivery. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. 2 out with the man at first. A strike, and it's 2-1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Left field and deep. Back on it is the left fielder, but he won't get there. It falls in. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double. Throw won't get him.
Third baseman number 13.
Well, this is really a laser right here. You're going to see it pretty much go right over his head out there and left, and it'll one-hop the left field wall. That's going to allow his man to cruise into second with an easy double.
Here's David Freese to stand in, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1.
And this is a spot where you got a chance to put away a team early. So this becomes a very important at-bat for both teams.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding off.
In tight with the slider, 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Second and third, 2 away. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. And he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. One more look at the full extension catch that strands 2 men on the base paths. We're back at Busch Stadium right after this. Back alongside Eric Harris and Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, as it'll be Yadier Molina to start things out for the Cardinals here in their half of the inning. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. And he misses again, 2-0.
2-0.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. The catch is made out there by McCutchen, and that's the first out.
Batting ninth, catcher, Lance Lynn.
Striding into the box, Lance Lynn. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
And a minimum effort at bat that time as the pitch is taken for a strike 3 called, and he'll go back to focusing on pitching instead. 2 away now.
And you can see he is none too happy about that last call. I think he's saying it was low, and well, now I know he was saying it was low. But you know, you can't show up an umpire like that. He may have just cost his guys another inch or 2 on close calls.
Number 36 will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. Line towards center field. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So a line drive single to center makes it 2 hits for him this afternoon. And as you can see there on the team leaderboard, he's currently tops on the ball club in that department as we approach the All-Star break.
Yeah, and when a guy can post numbers like that, his teammates just expect him to produce game after game. He's a hit machine for them.
Number 41 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. One left for the Cardinals, still down 3-0. Francisco Cervelli is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
And you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now, that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
Outside at 94, one ball and one strike. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-2 now. Lynn looks in. Here's the 1-2. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. And a heck of an effort that time, but the throw's too late, and that'll certainly be scored an infield single to lead off the inning.
And here's a situation where, heck, just make contact. Put the ball in play. You never know. Winds up beating this ball out.
The pitcher, Juan Nicasio, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
First delivery to him on the way. Looking to bunt here, but he can't connect, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, no surprise they had him squaring right there, and I figure he'll get 2 more shots to get it down.
3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. Boy, and slow out of the box that time as he's tagged out quickly.
Well, this is a nice job here of giving himself up. You see him square and put this ball down over toward the right side of the infield, and that's just where you want it to be. They do put the tag on him, but, hey, he gets the job done.
Cardinals are going to get something going in the bullpen now as a left-hander has begun to get loose. Here's Emilio Bonifacio now, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. One and 0 pitch on the way. Taken high and deep to right. Piscotty ranging back, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field, and the Pirates are up 5-0 now.
One of the keys for him getting the victory in his last start, he did not allow a home run in that outing. But this is now 2 home runs he's served up here in the first few innings. You can bet there's a bit of concern over there in that dugout.
Here's Gregory Polanco. As he'll take a look at ball 1. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
1-0 count. Here it is. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut. Can't imagine guys like that too much.
Yeah, not too much indeed. You start getting into the danger area when it's up and in that high.
Line drive to center field, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a 2-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Tyler Lyons is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. Andrew McCutcheon will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. First pitch on its way. And this is low, ball 1. The early hit total, about what you'd expect in a score line such as this. Now it's 2-0.
Well, now on 2-0, we've got a fastball count, and we've got a good fastball hitter. That might spell some trouble if he indeed gets one out over the plate.
2-0 count, and the pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
Now that he's worked it to 3-0, he's got a couple of free pitches here to pick out one he really likes.
Runners on first with 1 down. Runners going. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
And even with a 5-run lead, you've got to play with the mindset that no lead is ever safe. So that's a good job right there, taking second and getting yourself into scoring position.
Here it is on 3-1. Lifted into center field. Pham is going to get there. 2 down. And he is in there.
Yeah, this ball's hit high enough that he can go back and tag at second base. So that's a good job of moving up the extra 90 feet now with 2 outs.
Starling Marte will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. From the stretch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 16 for him on the year as this lead swells to 7-0.
Yeah, and this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
So here's Joe Mauer as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, same pitch here from the home run ball, but this one's in a much better spot down at the knees.
4 runs here in this half inning. Smoke toward the hole. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a 2-out single.
Into the box now, Jung Ho Gong, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
One strike.
A runner on first with 2 away. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Here it comes on 0-2. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit.
Yeah, and you know, he just couldn't put him away here with 2 strikes. He goes for the fastball, hoping to get out of the inning, but this is hit pretty hard, and now he's got a second man on base to deal with, 2 away.
Here's David Freese to stand in. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
And I think there's 2 ways you can kind of look at this hit by pitch. On the one hand, it's a little suspicious simply because these guys have scored so many runs already, but at the same time, at some point, you've got to put a stop to guys diving out over the plate, and this may be that time.
Coming to the plate again, Francisco Cervelli, as he'll bat for the 2nd time in the inning. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
He is definitely not a guy that's going to back down out there. Right after the hit by pitch, he comes right back inside with another heater. Kind of shows you what he's made of.
Here it comes, 1-0.
Yep.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time, he got the call.
One and two now as that one's fouled off. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Up the middle and off the pitcher's leg. Fortunately, he's able to stick with it and get the out at first, and that'll put an end to the inning. So 4 score in the inning, but it could have been much, much worse as they wind up leaving the bases loaded. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Bucks out in front, 7-0. Matt Carpenter will lead things off here with his guys down 7 in the early going. Steve Lyons, how do you come back from a deficit like that?
Well, I think slowly. I mean, yeah, ideally a 10-run inning would be great, but you've got time on your side. You don't need to try to get it all back at once. Just peck away. A couple runs here, a couple runs there. Get yourself into slam range. That's 4 runs down.
Now the 0-1. And that's up in the zone a bit, but a called strike. 0-2. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Under this one is Polanco, and he's got it for the first out.
And, you know, it's pretty safe to say that anytime you give a guy 7 runs of support here in the first half of a ball game, he's probably going to be okay out there. And he gets the first out of this inning here.
Stephen Piscotty is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball one. Bases are empty, one man out. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are two gone. And these two teams right back at it tomorrow night. We'll have coverage of Game 2 of the series in high definition on the show as you get a look there at the two starters scheduled to oppose one another. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Matt Adams. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Lays off 1-0. Bases are empty here with two men out. High in the air and deep to left center field. Looking up is Marte. Gone! It's a long solo homer there off the bat of Matt Adams. 8th home run on the season for him, and they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Well, with the hole that they've dug themselves here early in the ballgame, it's definitely going to be a long road back. But we've seen stranger things happen, and who knows? Maybe we'll look back on this home run as the one shot that got the huge comeback started.
Here's Johnny Peralta now.
Third baseman.
We'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball one. That last home run traveling an estimated 412 feet. Fastball high, and it's quickly 2-0.
And this is where a guy who's been around a long time knows, hey, we're not going to make up the difference with just one swing. It's going to take base runners. So that's a good job of being really patient at the plate.
Yep.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. Out in front as this is skied in the air to straightaway left. Marte is under it, and that ends the inning. Cardinals do get one back on the solo home run. We played 4. It's the Pirates 7 and the Cardinals 1. Juan Nicasio heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Juan Nicasio.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike one. Hit hard on the ground to second. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, one away.
Now batting, second baseman, Emilio Bonifacio.
Stepping in, Emilio Bonifacio, and he'll be looking to add on to his 2 RBIs from earlier. You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball one.
No strike.
Well, I need to see that again because it looked like he flat missed that call behind the plate.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Seven runs on 12 hits and no errors so far for the Pirates. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
1 strike.
Gregory Polanco is on deck. Oh, got his pitch on 3-1, but this is a routine fly ball out to straightaway center. And this is handled easily, so quickly 2 are gone here to start the 5th.
Gregory Polanco.
Gregory Polanco is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the 3rd inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1. Heading out towards shallow right. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. They're on top 7-1. Tommy Pham will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Marte is there. 1 out.
Boy, they are just making life easy for this guy. Swinging on the first pitch of the inning, pretty routine fly ball. It's been a cakewalk here early on.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And here now is the catcher, Yadier Molina. First offering on its way. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
And you would think that this heat would start affecting him sooner or later, but it hasn't so far.
If anything, he's getting stronger as the day goes on.
Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. And this pitch misses for a ball. 2-1 now to Molina. One out, nobody on. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
And you'd like to say, good job there, good eye. But in reality, nobody's swinging at that pitch. It's not even close.
Matt Holliday will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
Holiday.
And he takes ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. That's by him for strike 1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
Yeah, showing no fear there. He put the pitch right at the letters away, but that guy didn't want any part of it.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this will be corralled by Mauer, and that's out number 2.
Boy, that's just another off-balance swing right there. Not only are these guys light on hits, they're not even making solid contact right now.
Number 36 will be the batter. Couple of singles to his credit thus far.
Well, 2 singles isn't necessarily an eye-catching performance, but hey, I'm sure he's feeling just fine about it.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes.
Well, you know, the big key to throw on the slider is knowing when to throw it for a strike and then when to try to get a guy to chase out of the zone. Once he gets ahead out there, you know he loves to get you to chase.
Ball.
Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Well, that's a smart miss there. They know he'll chase it down there, so even if it didn't get the job done, it's a great pitch on 0-2.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Cards leave 1. They're down 7-1. Jordan Walden will come on now to try and sort this mess out, as he'll likely be asked to go at least a few innings here.
Walden.
Andrew McCutchen will make his way in as he leads things off here in the Pirates' half of the 6th.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
And that's in there for strike 1.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Well, he doesn't look very settled up there right now, and I guess that's an easy thing to do when you're facing a guy who throws as hard as this guy does.
That's a ball.
That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Maybe a good opportunity here to show him a changeup, give him a different look.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Pham on the move, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. McCutchen can motor. He's heading for third. And he will make it all the way to third now, as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So he's into third there with the leadoff triple, as the third baseman's going to come over now and discuss how they want to play things with the runner on third. And this is going to set up an interesting... Whoa. They were looking for the hidden ball trick there, and I'll tell you what, it just about worked. Starling Marte will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both a lefty and a right-hander have stood up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit on the ground to short. Scooped up. Throw not in time, and he's in there with his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
Another example here where speed is such a weapon in this game. Look at him just flying down that first baseline. Not only is he going to wind up with an infield single, but he's also going to pick up the RBI.
So here's Joe Mauer, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Throw over to first, back in standing. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
1-1, here it is. Lifted the other way to left center. Left fielder is on the move, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
And that's just one of the few balls that really hasn't taken off today. And we've seen some balls really jump off the bat so far, but not there.
Jung Ho Gong steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
And prior to the first pitch, he'll look to first. But the runner's back easily.
Simple throw over there.
He's ready now. The pitch. And this ball's hit sharply toward the first base coaching box. It's a foul ball. Here's a look over to first. And the runner back easily. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. Unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible to keep from getting out on your front foot.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to second, and a reach to his backhand side at second, but this finds a way by.
Yeah, he's swinging a pretty hot bat here. 3 for 4 now after the base hit. And that wasn't a little bleeder. That ball was smoked.
Here's David Freese to stand in. And he'll try and crowd him there with a fastball to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. It looked like he was giving him the evil eye down there, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, well, he's already been plunked once, and I don't think he's going to stand for too much more of that.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is. There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Calling for it. Piscotty makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
Francisco Cervelli will step in. A ground-out victim as last time. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 9-1 ball game.
Now batting, the pitcher,
Juan Nicasio will get a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
He's set. Here it comes. Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2.
And you can't make this easy on him right here. At least make some contact and force him to make a play.
struck him out. You talk about pulling a rabbit out of your hat. He gets out of the jam, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Pirates 9 and the Cardinals 1. Number 41 will come in now to begin their half of the 6th, and it's been a struggle for them so far. Just 3 hits through the first 5 innings.
And that's certainly not going to be enough to get the job done. And as the scoreboard bears out, if they want to get back in this game, I think this is the inning that it needs to start happening.
Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Got his 2-0 fastball, but he was way behind. 2-1.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And, of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
In there, and it's even now. 2-2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made 1 bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Matt Carpenter will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out. 0 for 2 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
This is hit softly to third, but a quick glove at third, and there are 2 gone. So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs.
Yeah, and there you see where they rank in that stat category. And it's always nice to know that whoever steps on the bump for you, you're going to have a chance to win. A lot of teams are envious of that stat, and these pitchers, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've accomplished so far.
Now here's the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
2 out, nobody on. And this is fouled back and out of play. Takes this the other way to right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, he got a little revenge there. He struck out twice before that, and now he gets him back with a solid base hit.
Into the box, Matt Adams. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. 2 out with the man at first. Tap fouled at home plate. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. One left for the Cardinals. They trail big. It's 9-1. Welcome back to Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. This one pretty much all over, but the shouting as we check our game summary to see how we've gotten to where we are. Kevin Segrist will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Emilio Bonifacio will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
Well, he's done some pretty good damage in clutch situations with 2 RBIs in this game already.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. That's inside. 2-0.
2-0 to count.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, you're always gunning for a strikeout when he's at the plate because his legs make him so dangerous, even when he hits just a slow grounder. So nice job of keeping him off base right there.
Gregory Polanco will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Here's the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Fastball just a bit low here. He's behind 2-0 now. Bases are empty. 1 man out. That one's in there on the black. 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter is going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. A little too tall that time. 3-1 now.
You figure he should get something good to hit here. They don't want to walk him and put him on for the heart of the order.
And the count will be full. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And, whoa, awfully close, but it's ball 4, according to Woody Keller.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Andrew McCutchen will step forward now following the walk as he'll hit with a definite speed threat at first and 1 away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
He waits. Now the pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. This is foul for the first strike. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a good fastball hitter. You don't want to give in to his strength.
Chopped weakly to the left. Peralta has to hurry. The second for one. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Yeah, you know, a double play there was always going to be a stretch. And that's where you just take that force out at second, hit the lead runner, and then say, you know what? Thank you very much.
Starling Marte gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the fourth. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hard liner to center field. In there, a base hit.
Whoa, that's what you call chuck and duck right there. This ball's going to come screaming right back at him. He doesn't have any time to get the glove up, and it gets safely on into center field.
So here's Joe Mauer, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Might have jammed him a little there as this is softly hit and foul off to the left. Two down, runners at first and second. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Still now on 1-2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. No offer at the curve that time, and it's knotted up at 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
Two men are on with two men out. Squared that one up just a little late. Swinging a ball line hard towards short, and that's in there. Base hit around third and being waved on home, and the runner from second is in to score. They'll add on to their total as the run scores all the way from first.
Well, if you want to point fingers at who's to blame for this disaster, you're going to need both hands. In the pitching, the batting, the defense, the execution. Just draw a line through this one. This one's been an absolute disaster.
Jonathan Broxton will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Jung Ho Gong will be his first assignment upon entering as he'll bat with the runner in scoring position here and two away. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. And good contact there as this is hit high and deep to right center. Pham is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch here in St. Louis. Pirates lead it 11-1. Johnny Peralta will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances.
Johnny.
And he lays off there 1-0. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike. The pitch. And there's ball 2 now to Peralta as they fall behind 2-1.
When you start that pitch off the edge, most guys know well enough to lay off. You've got to start it on the edge if you want them to chase.
All even now, 2-2. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
And that misses ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
And after your guys just gave you 2 runs the last half inning, you don't want to start giving them right back. A leadoff walk? I mean, no way. You can't do that right there.
Tommy Pham stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. He's set, and the pitch. Hit down the line at first. Mauer's there, and he'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just 1 at second.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now.
Well, I'm no pitching coach, but I can see that shoulder starting to fly open a little. That ball's really taken off on him.
High and away, not close. 3-0. Runners on first with 1 down. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 away.
And this is something we've seen before. He'll be sailing along, and then all of a sudden his control will completely desert him. Not sure if that's a physical deal or a mental deal, but either way, it's not a good sign.
Colton Wong will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 16, Colton Wong.
And a high strike there, 0-1.
This guy has kind of walked a tightrope all game long. He's only thrown first pitch strikes to 50% of the hitters he's faced, and yet pitching a very good ball game.
And he falls behind 0-2. Looking for his 10th strikeout. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And that's going to be high, 2-2 now.
Now on 2-2, I don't think he'll be nibbling any longer. He's got to come in with something here because he for sure does not want to run this count full.
Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Nicasio with a little do-it-yourself play, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, a good pitch there as he gets the pop out on the fastball as we take a look at his pitch breakdown so far.
Number 36 gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. All away here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy. Get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
Now a swing and an easy fly ball out toward right center. And this is going to find the gap for his third hit of the afternoon. This one for extra bases. The run scores from second, and not in time as the second run scores.
And on the mound, one thing you cannot do. You can't give the other team free passes. And 2 walks in the inning set this up. Now you've got a pitcher that's just hoping to get one over the plate. So he grooves this one and winds up costing him.
Now here's Clint Hurdle out of the Pittsburgh dugout on his way to the mound. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So his final line will show 6 2/3 innings pitched. He was very effective out there, no doubt. Jared Hughes will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Stepping in now, number 41. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
Oh, he wanted that one. Probably should have got it, too.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Hit hard on the ground towards second. To his left, Bonifacio. Throw on to Mauer will be in time, and that retires the side. So it's 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Pirates 11 and the Cardinals 3. Number 26 will come in and pitch now.
The Cardinals, number 26.
David Freese will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
Third baseman number 13, David Freese.
And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1.
Yeah, nice to get that call right out of the bullpen.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Piscotty is camped under this one. 1 gone.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
Settling in now, Francisco Cervelli. He singled his last time up. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. In there, strike 1. One out, nobody on. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going now. That's his 3rd hit in 4 trips, all of them singles, and he's been a tough out all game long.
Matt Joyce will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 17, Matt Joyce.
A little tapper. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
Yeah, and the only silver lining to this offensively is that you get that guy up to second base, and now he's in scoring position with 2 outs. But I would doubt seriously that that was his intention.
Ready now, Emilio Bonifacio. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And that's through into left, a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. The runner from second crosses the plate, and he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
Well, I got to tell you, I love the way this guy just lets it rip. Ahead in the count, behind in the count. It really doesn't matter to this guy. He's just going to go up hacking. And he drives in a run right here as he just drills this one for 2 bases.
Here's Gregory Polanco. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Here it comes, 0-2. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Pirates get just the 1, and that's all. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Pirates 12 and the Cardinals 3. Ryan Vogelsong will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Matt Carpenter will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
Hard stuff on the corner, and he's got him 0-2 now. That misses, 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
Well, clearly no intent with 2 strikes, but you got to make sure that pitch doesn't get away from you.
Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step. Oh, but look here. The manager's up and out of the dugout, so it appears he might opt to challenge that last safe call at first.
Well, here's another look at it now. I couldn't really tell when we saw it live, and I'll tell you what, it's still tough to tell from that angle. We're going to have to see what the dugout decides.
And it looks like a no from the bench, so they will not challenge the play, and the call will stand with the runner safe at first base. Into the box, Stephen Piscotty, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. A runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider there. A ball and a strike.
And once he's seen that you've got a little loop in your swing,
he won't be afraid to throw that pitch in a spot like this.
1-1, here it comes. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2. And he is down on strikes again, so get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, let's take a look at the sequence here on Show Track. The first 3 pitches, they're all going to be down in the zone. So now you've got the guy thinking he's going to see something else around the knees. Boom. That's when they change the sight level and get that last pitch by him at the letters.
Here's Matt Adams now. And he popped him up, drifting back behind first, and that'll get down for a base hit. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Now batting, third baseman.
And this is how you break out of a cold streak. This is his 2nd hit of the ball game, and this one goes for extra bases. And you can see that confidence is slowly starting to come back at the plate.
Here's Johnny Peralta now, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone and is probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
In for a strike, it's 1-1. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Runners may have thought about it, but they'll stay put, and the count moves to 2-1. Turned on that one and crushed it, just pulled it a little foul. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Scorched to third, fielded by Freeze. Throw will get him for the 2nd out, but meanwhile the run is in to score from third.
This late in the game, no sense in taking a chance trying to cut down that guy at the plate. So they'll be pretty happy just to trade the run for the out.
Tommy Pham stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. And from that man's perch in the first base dugout, more of the same.
You know, I think the calls have gone both ways, but I bet you'd have a really hard time convincing him of that.
In the air out toward right field. Polanco has a beat on it, and the inning is over. Cards forced to settle for 1. 9th inning coming up. Pirates on top, 12-4. Andrew McCutchen stands in. He'll try to improve in this at-bat after grounding into a fielder's choice his last time up. Fly ball out toward left center field. Pham giving chase. 1 away.
Up next,
Boy, and they've had his number all through this one. He's now 1 for 6 in this ball game. Man, that hurts.
Striding in and working on a terrific performance in this one, Starling Marte. And we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
And it's worth pointing out that they're burning through that bullpen here in game 1 of this series. That could have an effect on the rest of this week.
Called strike at the knees, 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Pham waits on it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Well, he fails here in his bid for a 5-hit ball game, but he's had a game to remember, no doubt about it.
Into the seats, 0-1. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Fly ball out to straightaway left. Under it is the left fielder. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Pirates 12 and the Cardinals 4. Yadier Molina will stand in now to begin their half of the 9th in a game that was decided long ago.
Yeah, this is mop-up time out there right now, but hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
Lays off the circle change there, a ball and a strike.
He didn't get the call there, but he's making some quality pitches on that outside corner.
And this pitch misses for a ball. 2-1 now to Molina.
1 strike.
Grounded foul off to the right. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one skied out toward right. Polanco has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Well, these guys have been on a real sweet run this past week or so, but it's starting to look like the winning streak's going to come to an end after 6 games.
Brendan Moss will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Moss.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Oh, you like the way this guy is just going about his business here. He's got a big lead, but he's pitching like it's a tie game here in the 9th.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Number 36 digs in here. 3 hits, including a double to this point.
Yeah, swinging it very well up there right now. I got to tell you, 3-hit games always feel good.
Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw to first will be in time for the final out, and the Pirates have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
And I think just about everybody wound up having a hand in this victory as they go on to win this one by 8 runs.
Well, this one pretty much over before it started as we give you a final look at the line score here in what turned out to be a blowout victory. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around game for him here. You'll see on the line score, 4 hits, including that big home run. You'd have to say he was instrumental in leading these guys to the victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Pirates win it 12-4. So long from St. Louis.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 56 minutes. Our paid attendance this